Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Cup Games YouTube channel. We are back with another chill episode of Pac-Man to 1K. As always, I've got the coffee here. We're going to have a good night. So, we, of course, are at 287 ELO. We are on a 10-match winning streak to start this off. So, I don't feel the need to make any changes. Until we start losing, I think the deck's totally fine. And we're just going to go with it. And once we start losing, then maybe we'll make some changes, maybe throw in some more meme stuff, maybe not, who knows. This is a laddering series. I would actually like to get to 1,000. I'm going to try my best, as always, but yeah, let's see if we can win another 10 in a row. All right, here we are with our first match against Leo Park. As far as the Q&A goes, we will get to some of these questions. You all gave me a lot of questions on the last video, and this is not a complaint at all. Absolutely keep those coming. I'm having a ton of fun with this, but not going to be able to get to all of those in this video. However, I will be recording the next one very soon, and I'll get to them in that. I believe I've got them written down in the order that they came in, or at least I tried to do that. So, you know, we'll get to them in order. So, not going to prioritize any over any others, just kind of as they came in. But yeah, definitely keep them coming. Having tons and tons of fun with this series. So, here we are. The opponent leads on an upstart into a graceful, discarding a card destruction into Tsukiyomi. So, could definitely be something like Turbo here. Hand's not bad. Can't really complain about a Graceful Charity. It is the worst of the Trinity in the deck, maybe, I think. But we are just going to go ahead and lead on it. Maybe we can get into a Solemn Judgment or a Knock here. Morphing Jar is not bad, but it's not great. Here, I don't know. Probably just going to get rid of Swords, I think. And if we think this is Turbo, I could very well just get rid of Book of Moon. I don't hate it. And we can just, like, save Morphing Jar for later after we've kind of gone through our resources here. Yeah, let's just get rid of the Book of Moon, I think. We've kind of got protection against Ring by having two different Pac-Man monsters. But, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and lead on Golem Sentry. I'm going to play... Yeah, I'll play the level limit, and I'm going to go ahead and set the ceasefire. I'm not going to flip it up just like right off. If this is a Moth, I'll cut my losses. That's totally fine. I want to save this ceasefire for a potential knock from the opponent. Spy is great. I'm not worried about Spy at all. So, paid off for holding the ceasefire. And actually, the ceasefire gets better now. So, that's pretty nice. Okay, opponent just sets a monster and passes the turn. Very cool. We can just bounce that back with a Golem Sentry and set Swarm of Scarabs here, I believe. Yep, sounds good to me. Let's flip up the door. Bounces back to your hand, opponent, please. And we're just going to reset. I'm going to set Swarm of Scarabs, and I could set Ring in case there's a breaker in the near future. But I don't know if I really need to play any more into Heavy Storm here. If our opponent summons Breaker, like we've got Ring, Mirror Force, and stuff, and this Golem Sentry is pretty beefy, so I'm not too worried about that. I think we just keep playing around Heavy Storm here. Nobleman of Crossout. Now we get to flip our ceasefire. Okay. Opponent given a think here. Do we have a response to the ceasefire? I'd be fine if the opponent just wants to, like, throw out a Raigeki Break or something here. That would not upset me in the slightest, okay? Ceasefire is going to resolve. Opponent's going to take 2,000, and I get to keep all of my monsters. Take 1,000 more. Counts all of the monsters on the field. There we go. Scoot up a little bit here. Yeah, no problem. No problem, opponent. Certainly not upset for the opponent not taking the right amount of damage, but yeah. Opponent's given a little bit of a think here, so we'll get to our first question. Oh, no, not Tribe. All right, Tribe is a big punish. They have a Night Assailant, but they don't have another flip effect in the graveyard, so that works for me. Tribe is really annoying. No. Now, Night Assailant definitely cannot return itself. That card would be Lord. If it could just return itself, that'd be so much better. Tribe and Defense, please. Oh. The opponent's going to pass the turn? They're just going to let me keep my Swarm? Okay. I don't think I'm even going to flip it up, because, like, I've got Ring, right? Yeah, let's just reset the Swarm here. And I'm going to set a Golem Sentry. And then I'll set Ring. And pass the turn. I think the opponent may just be either a little new to GOAT format or a little new to Turbo. So, yeah, you know, that's totally fine. We were all new to this once. But, yeah, like I said, first question here. From Your Dagon, I think it's pronounced. Your Dagon. Do you think there are skill-intensive decks or strategies in GOAT format? If so, what are they and what makes them so? Yes, every single deck in GOAT format takes some sort of skill. All of them. And I don't think that's even really close. Like, some decks do take more skill than others, and that's for sure. But every single deck in GOAT format takes some sort of skill. Every single strategy takes some sort of skill. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it is. I do think some strategies are deceptively more... I'm not going to set this call here, I don't think. We're just going to continue not playing into Heavy Storm. But I think some strategies like the Chaos Reasoning Gate deck are deceptively very hard to play. I think to play it totally optimally, Reasoning Gate is actually very hard. And a lot of people just think it's some sort of just like throw everything on the table, no skill deck. But yeah, there are different skills you build from playing different decks and learning different styles and stuff like that. Like learning Chaos Turbo versus learning Burn, totally different. Now I am actually going to play a little bit more into Heavy Storm here because I want to get this Wave Motion Cannon down. And we'll pass the turn. But yeah, every single deck, every single strategy in Go format takes some sort of skill. Your Dagon also asks, favorite 3 to 5 My Chemical Romance songs? That's a tough one, actually. I think Sleep is my favorite song of all time. So there's that. I really like Mama. Heaven Help Us, a B-side from the Black Parade, is probably one of my favorites. All right, well, we have Ring. I'm going to go ahead and bounce this back. And Ring is going to take out the Golem Sentry. That's totally fine. We lose 800, no big deal. Yeah, Swarm, go ahead and take that out. Do I attack here? Yeah, I've got... Well, I don't really want to set my Call of the Haunted. I don't think this is a Raigeki break or something. I think it's very, very possible that this could just be a Mirror Force. So I'm just going to reset the Swarm, and I'm going to go ahead and set the Stealth Bird here. But yeah, Heaven Help Us, Sleep, Mama, I know all of those are from the Black Parade. The Black Parade is probably my second favorite album of all time, so it makes sense. Past that, nothing specific. I really like Foundations of Decay, one of the newer singles. Ooh, Pot of Greed. Don't mind if I do. And... I like every single My Chemical Romance album, but, you know, it's hard to narrow it down to 3 to 5 songs, but that's 3, and you said 3 to 5, so I'm going to stick with it. I flipped the wrong monster first. I was supposed to flip Stealth Bird up first, but that's fine. Let's reset the Swarm of Scarabs. We will flip up Stealth Bird now. And deal 1,000 points of damage, and... let's just play this Pot of Greed first. I may have sequenced this a little incorrectly. Was probably supposed to just go ahead and slam Pot of Greed first, but I knew I was going to do these. So it's totally fine, whatever. If I attack with Stealth Bird and it gets through, then on the next turn, Wave Motion Cannon is lethal on its own. And I've got Ring. Yeah, we'll attack with the Stealth Bird. We'll just keep our Swarm of Scarabs around. Alright, cool. Opponent goes to 3,500. Oh, no, they're not dead to Wave Motion on its own. Sorry, they're dead to Wave Motion plus Stealth Bird activation. And here... I don't really need to set... Well, yeah, let's just set Lakuta. Lakuta can draw into like a Solemn Judgment or something like that, right? I think we're totally fine here. Just pass the turn. The opponent has to have an answer for this Wave Motion Cannon or they just die. Yeah, it looks like they're going to just die. Very nice. So, Turbo. We've got Divine Wrath, Curse of Royal, and we've got a couple of Mind Controls here. We can cut the Book of Moons. I don't mind cutting a Gravity Bind. Oh, no, opponent. Where are you going? Oh, well. That's all right. We're gonna start off with a win. I think the opponent was a little bit newer to the format anyway. But we are up to 299. Let's get us another one. All right, here we are with our second match against dicepod, Paper Gang, all the time. We are 11-0 here. All right. So my friend Keeling, Totally a Spy, says if you could make one banned card limited, one limited card semi-limited, one semi-limited card unlimited, and one unlimited card banned, what would they be? If I could make one banned card limited, it would probably be Butterfly Dagger Elma. Big fan of that, and I've been pushing to see it legalized in Modified Goat for a little bit. So would love to see that. Oh man, we're just gonna get dumpstered here by a breaker, right? I'm just gonna pass. I'm not gonna play into Heavy Storm. A limited card that I would make semi-limited? Maybe Sacred Phoenix, just because I really like Sacred Phoenix. I don't really care about any of the limited cards. Maybe Deck Devastation Virus, just to see how good it would be, but I know that's kind of not really the one that you want to have at more copies. All right, we're going to gain 2,000 from the upstart. So maybe Sacred Phoenix, maybe Protector of the Sanctuary. That's a card I've been wanting to see at 3 in M-Goat as well. So, yeah, maybe that's the answer for me. From semi-limited to unlimited, Vampire Lord, maybe just oh no, Abyss Soldier. I'd love to see the actual like change that they made in M-Goat and put Abyss Soldier to 3. I think that'd be really cool. Big fan of that card. And unlimited to banned, that's incredibly easy. Trap, Dust, Shoot, get it out of here. Just get that out of my format. But yeah, here we are. The opponent attacked our Golem Sentry with a Sangan, so we are up 800 life. Actually, we're up 2,800 life points here because our opponent played 2 Upstart Goblins. And now, well, we got a Magic Jammer. So we're going to set our Deslakuta, we're going to set Magic Jammer, and what is going to be our sacrificial lamb here? Probably Nightmare Wheel? Yes. Nightmare Wheel can go under the Magic Jammer bust if we need to for a Heavy Storm. With a Golem Sentry going, I don't feel the need to have Nightmare Wheel. We do have to Mirror Force the Sangan though, which is kind of unfortunate. So maybe I was supposed to set Nightmare Wheel. Okay, I gotta stop reading questions while while I'm trying to play. But this is fine. They do get a little bit distracting, even if I'm having tons of fun. We are strictly competitive here. We are on a ladder grind, and we must get to 1,000 as quickly as possible. No, that's totally fine. That was a really good question. One that I was looking forward to. So, man, yeah, I could have just set the Nightmare Wheel. I'm just gonna Mirror Force the Sangan. Whatever, screw it. The opponent goes and grabs like a Sinister Serpent. Whatever. I don't want to compound the mistake here and just lose my Deslakuta for nothing. I think that's actually a good skill to learn in card games. If you make a mistake, don't compound on it. Just kind of take the loss and bounce back from it as best as you can, because everyone's going to make mistakes at some point. Ew. Meta? I think I actually have to Magic Jammer that. Yeah. Yeah, I can't let Thousand Eyes Restrict hang around. That's no bueno. But we know the opponent has 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. The control deck is just a bad matchup for PACMAN as it is. So, yeah. Here we are. Magic Cylinders, not amazing. We've sort of minus ourselves, not really into the ground, but kind of into the ground. We'll flip up Lakuta here. And if the opponent has Torrential, the opponent has Torrential. Whatever. We'll draw ourselves a card. Level limit area B is not helping much. I don't really want to attack with either of these. I guess I probably need to if the opponent has Scapegoat, right? I really don't want to attack with Lakuta. I just don't have any protection. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set it. And I'll set Magic Cylinder. The opponent has Heavy Storm at this point. The opponent has Heavy Storm. They do have 2 back row of their own. Obviously, you know, one could be Scapegoat, one could be a Jar of Greed or something. It could be chainable. But I want to max protect my things here. All right, very nice. Call of the Haunted's not bad either. If we end up losing, because like now I don't care to attack the things into a Mirror Force, right? Just gonna flip up Lakuta. There's a Torrential. Okay, that's fine. And we've got the Call of the Haunted. Now we've got a Solemn Judgment as well. Yeah, opponent just loses the Sinister Serpent. Kind of figured that would be the case. So, do we clog up everything? Probably, because we do have this Ceasefire we can throw off at any point. We'll just set our Solemn Judgment, set the Call of the Haunted, and pass a turn. And we can buy back our Lakuta and start drawing cards with it again. Opponent does still have 2 Thunder Dragons in hand. Yeah, I'm just going to set a monster. I really want to get Lakuta back. Do I care if it's a Moth or something? I do because of Metamorphosis, but I can Solemn the meta. Yeah, I'm just going to get Lakuta back. Start drawing cards. Maybe I can draw into some answers here. Nightmare Wheel. Okay, that's a good one. Do I just want to lead on Ceasefire then? How much do we think this is Sinister Serpent? I think it's probably not at this point. I would like to get the Nightmare Wheel down. Yeah. And I really need this. Well, I don't need to Ceasefire first, do I? Because this is just going to go back up anyway. So yeah, let's set Lakuta. And flip it back up. See if this is all right. Very nice. We'll get our draw. Golem Sentry, very good. Okay. So, man, now I don't want to Ceasefire. But I really want to set the Nightmare Wheel. Well, now I kind of... now I don't want to set the Nightmare Wheel as much because I have the Golem Sentry. Man. I could summon the Golem Sentry. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's summon Golem Sentry. And then I'm going to Ceasefire. It gives the opponent info on what this is, but I think that's okay. If it's the Serpent, I'll pay for it. You know, whatever. It's a Moth. Very nice. Okay. It's kind of called that. I didn't call Moth specifically, but I called that it wasn't the Serpent this time. And we're going to go ahead and set the Golem Sentry. Opponent takes 1,500. Despite my mistakes in this game, we are in a fine position. Just go ahead and set this Nightmare Wheel and pass the turn. If the opponent goes into Thousand Eyes Restrict, or if they play Metamorphosis, I think I will just go ahead and Solemn Judgment. Because that is the biggest threat. Man. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's one reason why you want to save your Ceasefire, of course. Because the opponent, you know, can have Nobleman of Cross out, but it's fine. We don't need this Golem Sentry. We've got Lakuta going, drawing us cards. We've got a few ways to protect it. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to Nightmare Wheel here in response to that. So now the opponent can't flip the, can't reflip the Magician of Faith. We'll flip Gravity Bind on the Tsukuyomi attack here. I don't hate this position. Like, our opponent's taking 500 a turn from Nightmare Wheel. We're drawing 2 cards a turn. We've got Magic Cylinder, some more burn. We've got a Solemn Judgment down. Spell Trap slots are kind of clogged right now, but, you know, that's all right. That's all right. Okay, see another back row from the opponent. Yep, send that Tsukiyomi back to hand, please. Ooh, Swarm of Scarabs. Swarm of Scarabs is very nice here. Yep, take 500 from the Nightmare Wheel. And go ahead and set this Lakuta. And flip it back up. Alright, get ourselves another draw. Book of Moon. Book of Moon's also good, but I can't play it right now. So I'm just going to set the Swarm of Scarabs, and I'm going to pass the turn. And we'll go for one more question. Spicy Boy 544. What is the worst best card in GOAT format, main and side? The worst best? Well, I said before that I thought the most overrated card in the format is Torrential Tribute, but I don't know if that's the worst best. Like, absolute worst best? I guess it kind of just, like, depends what you consider the best cards in the format. I don't know, like, worst best? I mean, again, it comes down to, like, what you consider to be the best cards in the format. I'm gonna let this Graceful Charity go. Upstart Goblin, I guess, maybe. But, like, even then, Upstart Goblin's good, right? So I'm just gonna go with what I consider the most overrated card. I'm gonna call it Torrential Tribute. Because, like, of the top tier cards, and I would still consider Torrential Tribute a top tier card in the format. Think it might just be the worst of them. I don't know. Oh, MST on the Nightmare Wheel? Can I allow the opponent? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to Solemn Judgment this. We could be in a world of hurt if the opponent drew into a Heavy Storm or something here. But I don't think I can allow my opponent really to recycle this Graceful Charity. Especially when I have a Swarm of Scarabs I can just take this out with. And I do think that was maybe, well, not really a show of they don't have Heavy Storm. But you could read it that way, I think. What is the worst best card in the side? Now that I have no idea. That's a tough question. Because, like, every deck sides differently, and there's so many different cards. Like, that one's really tough. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know if I can really give you an answer for that. But here, we're going to set Lakuta, reflip it. Opponent is down to 3,700. So, and we drew a Stealth Bird. So we're looking pretty all right. I think I may... Ooh, Duo? After our opponent got the Thunder Dragons out of hand? Okay. Yeah, let's just slam that. Take this card out. So, sorry, Spicy Boy, if that wasn't a good enough answer. Okay, yeah, they do still have the Serpent. And I'm going to flip up... Well... Yeah, Mirror Forces... Okay, so I'm not going to attack, but I am going to flip up the Swarm of Scarabs just in case, like, at this point, the opponents threw half their cards. If they draw into a Raigeki Break or an MST or something, or no, MST's gone, Evan, or a Heavy Storm, something like that, I want this Moth to be gone, at the very least. So let's set the Stealth Bird, and we'll pass the turn now. Pass over to the opponent. What you got? Grab the Serpent back. Cool. The opponent draws something that they can attack with. Of course, we do have Magic Cylinder. Magic Cylinder plus Stealth Bird. Could be good. Trying to help in the game here. Hopefully the opponent doesn't draw into a Metamorphosis. That'd be really bad. Yeah, Chaos Monster also pretty bad for us. If it's BLS. Chaos Sorcerer is fine. We lose our Lakuta, but... Well, hold on. Yeah, BLS is fine. Yeah, they have to take out the Swarm of Scarabs. So we get another draw out of our Lakuta, and we get to use Stealth Bird. Alright. Seems okay. I mean, obviously BLS is not good for us. Let's be real. But... Opponent having to think. Okay. Looking at the graveyard again. We are out of darks. So if I can draw an answer to this BLS, I'd be very happy. So, okay. Swarm of Scarabs is an answer to the BLS if the opponent, you know, can't sniff out that that's what we set. But let's set Lakuta. Is Ring gone? Ring is not gone. Okay. Okay. Flip Lakuta back up. And Judgment. Okay. Very happy about a Solemn Judgment here. Gonna flip up the Stealth Bird. Because if I don't flip it up, then the opponent knows that it's not going to be a Swarm of Scarabs or something. And the opponent may feel pressured to actually deal with this card. So they may not deal with the Swarm of Scarabs here. And we'll set the Scarabs. We'll set Solemn Judgment. We'll pass the turn. What I would love is for one of these to be a Raigeki break and the opponent just break the Gravity Bind and attack. Just kill him with this Magic Cylinder. I don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, one can dream, right? Okay, yep, Stealth Bird out of here. So we have an answer to the BLS. We're fighting here. I don't know if I would say I'm doing my best, but I'm certainly trying an amount. Oh, Tsukuyomi. I could just let this go and then Solemn the flip summon. Yeah, it's fine. And that way, knock. Yeah, okay, we're gonna lose our Swarm. There's not much we can do about that. Yeah, we're just gonna Solemn the BLS here. Get that out of here. Opponent still doesn't have a Dark in the graveyard. So, no Chaos Sorcerer follow-up. The Tsukuyomi can't attack because of Gravity Bind. And once again, we're drawing 2 cards a turn. But, like, you can see why the control matchup is really bad. I've had to use so many resources. Reckless Greed? Huh. I've had to use so many resources just dealing with potential Thousand Eyes Restrict. And then also dealing with BLS that it gets pretty tough. Snatch my Deslakuta. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why you don't want to leave it up, but I feel like I needed to be drawing cards these last few turns, but yeah, I mean, we're probably going to lose now. Now the opponent's drawing 2 cards a turn. Though I guess, you know, a Timely Wave Motion Cannon could be good here. We still have a Stealth Bird left as well. Swarm of Scarabs, that's all right. That's an answer to Lakuta. Opponent gets an extra draw, but maybe we'll be all right. Who knows? Maybe we won't. Maybe this is the Heavy Storm turn. Opponent is getting pretty low. And I'm getting pretty tired. It's like, this video is probably going to be a little bit shorter. Okay, summon out Serpent. That's fine. Creature swap? No, 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 don't do this to me. All right, if we're going to take a loss, at least it's going to be against control. Creature swap is also just nuts against PACMAN. And we'll take 200 here. I don't feel like I want a Magic Cylinder just yet. Guess we're playing on Borrowed Time against Heavy Storm though, right? Graceful Charity, okay. I'll take it, I guess. See if this is good. Wave Motion Cannon. Do we need to keep the Wave Motion or do we need to keep the knock? We just don't have enough time for the Wave Motion Cannon here. Yeah. It's not a winning play keeping the knock, I don't think. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna keep the Wave Motion Cannon. And like, I can cylinder one of these, so we only take 500 on the next turn. Our opponent doesn't get to draw, which it's kind of crazy. They have my Deslakuta, so they can circumvent the not being able to draw from Reckless Greed. Okay. Pot of Greed, okay. But, I mean, like, Nobleman of Crossout buys me a little bit more time, but I just don't think it's a winning play. I think that's just kind of playing to not lose at that point. Yeah, opponent does have lethal damage here, but we'll just Magic Cylinder this. They take 500. I guess maybe, I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to win this game anyway. Even if I took the knock, like, I'm still not in a good position. I guess like I could have taken out the swarm of scarabs. Let's be real. None of those decisions mattered. Like knock is gonna keep me alive longer. This is true. Wave motion cannon is not, and it doesn't look like it's gonna kill the opponent either. But like I did mention that we don't have enough time really for it to work. But maybe by some miracle, like say even if I draw a knock here, it's not good enough. So I think we're just going to lose. That's what I'm getting at. But we'll go for... Oh! Oh, no, never mind. The opponent has Tsukuyomi. So, well, actually, if we draw a knock now... Level limit. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm going to set the level limit as a bluff and pass the turn. But I think we're dead here. The opponent just summons Tsukuyomi, flips this Thousandizer Strict down, and then attacks me with these things. Yep, Tsukuyomi. Set the Thousand Eyes, flip up the dudes. Presumably. All good. Yep, and we're dead. Okay. All right, so we want Tribe for sure. We want Needle Sealing, Divine Wrath, Curse of Royal. Well, they could be siding in Decree. That's another thing I don't like about the control matchup. A lot of times they can side in Decree. It's not a good matchup, that's for sure, but I'm gonna cut the Gravity Binds. Love the Book of Moons here, of course. I like all of the burn elements. I actually usually just cut like all of those floodgates and call it good. And I don't think I'm going to side in against Decree. Yeah. I could just hedge by putting in a breaker. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's just put in a breaker over Medusa Worm. And we'll call it a day there. So, definitely at the beginning of that game, didn't play it super perfectly. Get a little distracted by the questions, but we're just hanging out. Just having some fun here, so that's fine. We'll pick up game 2 and 3, maybe. This matchup is abysmal. And I don't think any of those decisions, like the decision off the Graceful Charity, I don't really think that mattered there at the end. But it's all right. We'll be okay. Okay, don't hate this opener. We don't really have any protection, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, Tooling Book lagging a little bit, kind of froze up there. Let's play out the Wave Motion Cannon, set Swarm of Scarabs. And you know what? I'm just going to go all in. If the opponent has Heavy Storm, they have Heavy Storm. This is one of those hands where I think you just play it out and hope. I know a lot of times in Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't want to do that. You want to play around the Heavy Storm as much as possible. But I think these hands, like, you really want to get the Wave Motion Cannon down. You really want the protection from knock. You really want the protection to get your guy back if it dies, because I have 0 protection outside of that. So I think it's actually correct to just hope your opponent doesn't have the one of. I think there are several scenarios with the PACMAN deck where that is the case. And on the end step here, I will go ahead and call the Haunted. Get back my Swarm. And the opponent didn't have the Heavy Storm. So we got a little bit lucky, but sometimes you have to get lucky. Just a little bit in card games, you know. I counter on our Wave Motion Cannon here. Gonna activate Pot of Greed. Draw some cards. Divine Wrath, pretty good. Knock, not doing a whole lot right here, but that's okay. Let's set the Swarm. Man, it's just gonna die. But, you know, what do you do? Flip it up. Get this tribe out of here. Attack for 500. Maybe we can plus 1,000,000 off of this Morphing Jar. So yeah, I'll set the Morphing Jar, set the Divine Wrath. I'm going to set the Knock. Don't believe the opponent had Heavy Storm last turn. We'll see if they have it this turn. Jar of Greed, okay. Digging for it. We got a back row. Another back row. Those aren't Heavy Storm, so that's good for me at the very least. Oh, Solemn Judgment? Okay. Do I Ceasefire? I don't think so. I may pop the Wave Motion Cannon, actually. So I can get Solemn Judgment down. Flip up Morphing Jar. Just plus 8 billion here. Okay, I'm down. Do I attack first? The opponent has a Mirror Force. That's fine. Yeah, I've got a Knock to follow up. Let's just attack first while we've already got this face up. Scapegoat, sure. Take out a goat. I guess I could have popped Wave Motion Cannon first. Yeah, maybe I could have popped Wave Motion Cannon first, flipped up the Morphing Jar, been able to kill 2 of these. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I might be a little bit tired here. I stayed up till like 4 in the morning editing that Blue Eyes video yesterday. But yeah, let's go ahead and pop the Wave Motion Cannon. We'll deal 2,000 points of damage to our opponent. We'll set... I could summon out Tribe, actually. Yeah, so maybe... Yeah, maybe this was fine. Let's summon Tribe. Hope the opponent doesn't Torrential here. Very nice. We'll set Solemn Judgment, and we will flip up Morphing Jar. Very nice. Draw 5 cards. Oh, another Wave Motion Cannon. A duo? I don't want to Ceasefire here. Got rid of some good ones from the opponent. Getting Zaborg out of here is very nice. Maybe I do just Ceasefire. Now I wish I hadn't set this. Alright, not playing super tight today. That is the truth. I just didn't know that I was going to draw the duo. I'm sorry. This is going to be this is going to be a video full of just full of mistakes. But that's going to happen on any of these grinds. These are just like little bitty, just like incremental mistakes. But that's fine. I still don't have any protection, so like I'm gonna declare this. I'm actually just gonna get rid of Swarm of Scarabs, get rid of these goats, throw down Delinquent Duo. Take out this card right here. Meta, okay. And Serpent, cool. And yep, I think... Do I care if my opponent attacks into the Swarm of Scarabs or something? I just want to get this Wave Motion Cannon down. Yeah, the opponent's at 4,000. Let's just get the Wave Motion Cannon down and pass a turn. All right, we're gonna have to tighten up a lot after this match, but that's all right. Told you once again, you all were gonna see all of the misplays. I'm really tired. These lights are bright. I've got questions to answer. I am actually sweating a little bit. Mom keeps it just 8 billion degrees in here. Graceful Charity is fine. The Thunder Dragons are gone. I guess the opponent like does have Serpent in their hand, but I'm not going to solemn that. Yep. Serpent, get out of here. I should have Divine Wrath the Serpent, right? So my opponent couldn't get it back. That's how that works. That's sarcasm. For whoever's going to comment, no, they still get the Serpent back. Yes, I know. We will definitely Solemn Judgment this Heavy Storm. No question about that one. And between Wave Motion Cannon and Nightmare Wheel, oh. Okay. Yeah, take the Swarm. That's fine. That would be a good reason to have the Nightmare Wheel down, but... Do I Divine Wrath this? Probably. Yeah, I'm going to ditch my Mirror Force. I think Tribe, being able to deal damage, clear goats, could be pretty good here, so I don't want to lose the Tribe, and then that thing just be face up. Man. Okay. Yeah, we lose our Wave Motion Cannon, but the best the opponent can do is crash with Tribe here. Sure. Man, we plus 8 billion from this Morphing Jar, and now we're, like, even on cards? Alright. Solemn Judgment's pretty good. We'll take it. We'll attack with Morphing Jar. Set Nightmare Wheel, set Solemn Judgment, pass the turn. We've still got a shot here. Opponent is at 3,300. Like, the opponent hasn't set a monster this entire game either for our knock. That's kind of unfortunate, but... Yep, Jar of Greed's fine. What else you got? Sangan? Okay. I'm going to Nightmare Wheel that. Especially knowing that that is our opponent's last monster, other than the Sinister Serpent. Breaker? Okay. And I guess, seeing these now, like, I can just take the Breaker out. I don't think the opponent has Royal Decree in their deck. Do I want to summon Breaker and attack over Sangan? Not really. Especially with the opponent having a full back row here. I really just don't want a Solemn Judgment, like a Mirror Force or something. Or a Torrential. Yeah. Let's just pass the turn. Like, I've got the Sangan dealt with. The opponent's taking damage with the Nightmare Wheel. I've got a knock for the Sinister Serpent. So, the known quantities I already have answers for. Dust Tornado, the Nightmare Wheel. Okay. Never mind. Don't have an answer to Sangan. But, you know, had I thrown Breaker out and hit the Dust Tornado, that would have been a beating anyway. Of course, you know, there's no guarantee I would have hit exactly Dust Tornado, but... Now I probably do throw out Breaker. Yep, sure. And I'm going to go ahead and break now. Just take out this one over here. Hopefully that's a Mirror Force. Mind Control, okay. Attack into Sangan. We got to clear it eventually. May as well get in for some damage here. Okay. Sangantha is gone. Opponent down to 2,200. We're close. This Magic Jammer is not really helping us. But... yeah, they get a Moth, which we do have knock for. I'm just going to go ahead and set Magic Jammer. Heavy Storm is gone. We know the opponent doesn't have a Moth set on the field. And if they snatch... can I let that happen? Well, I guess, like... BLS is gone. We know Moth and... Serpent? I'm actually gonna Judgment that, I think. And the reason being is, like, we're so close to killing our opponent. Our opponent is very close to killing us if they get to take the Breaker. And we have a knock. Like, we pretty much know they're going to set something here, right? So we'll flip up knock. Take care of the opponent's face down. Hopefully it's just the Moth here. Because I've had this set since the beginning of time. But I guess, you know, maybe the opponent could read that that is knock. That's totally possible. But I'm just going to attack with Breaker here. Sure. Hallowed Life Barrier. One meta's gone. Do I really want to ditch my Nightmare Wheel to stop like a Metamorphosis? I'm just going to set Nightmare Wheel. It's fine. Opponent gets back their Serpent. Yep. Good old T-set. Anything else? The BLS is already gone, which is very nice. Okay. Book of Moon. Okay, Book of Moon's not terrible. That's a way to fight Thousand Eyes Restrict. I'm just going to attack because I think this is probably Serpent. Yeah. And I'm going to set Book of Moon. We'll go shields down on the Magic Jammer one more turn. Heavy's gone. Snatch is gone. So, and now, like, we have a way to deal with Thousand Eyes Restrict. So, if our opponent draws a Metamorphosis, that's fine. We'll just book the Thousand Eyes Restrict down. Summon Serpent. Torrential. Okay. Deal. Alright, something good deck. Swords. Yeah, I kind of don't want to play it, but I am at 1750. I have a Nightmare Wheel. I could just wait until, sorry, my phone's ringing. Potential spam. Go away. I'm just gonna wait on it, I think. Yeah, I'll use it to protect a monster once I draw one, which, Lord, I still have a bunch in the deck. I haven't seen a single Akuda this entire time. Take 300. The opponent hasn't seen Ring, right? No. Okay. So we do need to keep Ring in mind. Oh, Golem Sentry? Okay. Yeah, I'm actually going to attack over the Serpent. I think I've got Book of Moon, if that is the Ring. And I'd like to get some damage going here. Because again, the opponent is at 2200. So let's just attack. Okay, yep, we get in 500. Very nice. Main phase 2. Set the Golem Sentry. And do I swords? It would lock me. I'll just leave the swords in hand. We'll leave up Magic Jammer as well. I just don't think, like, with an 1800 butt, I don't really think I need to, I really don't think I need the swords to protect, especially when I have Nightmare Wheel and Book of Moon already down. Meta. That's fine. Got Book of Moon for the Thousand Eyes Restrict. I can just bounce it back to the extra deck. It's pretty sick. Book of Moon. Set this Terron down, okay. And finally, delicious. A good Deslakuda. Mirror Force is still looming. So I think I'm not going to summon it and attack. But I will attack with the Golem Sentry. Get in 800. Alright, very nice. Set the Sentry. Set Lakuda, and yeah, I still don't think I need the swords. We'll pass a turn, because now, if the opponent has another Metamorphosis, then I do want to Magic Jammer it, just so we can just get the tear completely out of here. We might actually win this game, too. I've done my best this entire match to not win. But we might be getting there. Oh, it's been a knock this whole time? Alright, I'll let that go. That's fine. Not worried about that. Hopefully the opponent just, like, summons a monster and attacks. No, set monster? That works too. I absolutely Nightmare Will this, right? Well, I guess we can see what we draw. Stealth Bird? Oh yeah, I'm gonna Nightmare Wheel, because this is a 2-turn clock. So now we've got Stealth Bird, plus we get to draw an extra card this turn. Let's go! Somehow pulled that game out of my ass. I don't think I need the breaker now, so let's just bring the Medusa Worm back in. Just do not think the opponent is on Royal Decree, especially seeing like the Dust Tornado, stuff like that. While we're sitting here on the side deck screen, let's get one more question here, because I think this is a shorter one. TV user 8653, do you like watching or playing tennis? Both. Who are your favorite players? I was always a big fan of Nadal and Roddick. I'm also a fan of the play of Nick Kyrgios. I like big serves. I like flashy stuff. I like hustle. And I like people, just kind of wear their emotions on their sleeves. Really nice. And am I keeping up with the Australian Open this year? I'm actually not. I usually forget about it, to be honest. Usually keep up with Wimbledon the most. But yeah, I've just been busy keeping up with other things. So the Aussie Open has taken a bit of a backseat for me. I know Nick Kyrgios got eliminated. And there was some drama with Djokovic, I think, right? I'm not the world's biggest Novak Djokovic fan, but we get to do our opponent take Hallowed Life Barrier and Tsukuyomi. Hallowed Life Barrier is a card I really, really don't care about, just like at all. I am going to knock my opponent's monster. I'm going to set Golem Sentry, so now like it's kind of like I went first and got to set my monster first, so hopefully we can play a little bit of a tempo game here. Oh yeah, get the Moth out of the deck. Very nice. And I'll set Divine Wrath just in case the opponent has like Serpent Metamorphosis. They go into Thousand Eyes Restrict. Okay, well, that's fine. We lose the Divine Wrath to an MST. Hopefully we don't have a Thousand Eyes Restrict in our immediate future. We do have a knock in our future. Okay, that's fine. Tribe. Tribe's an annoying one, that's for sure. Yeah, Judgment. A little bit late. That's okay. Set the Stealth Bird here. I'm going to go ahead and play Swords. Set the Judgment. Pass the turn. Hopefully it's not last card Heavy Storm. I would love to at least get a few turns. It is. Yeah, I just got to Judgment that, unfortunately. I need the Swords to carry me a little bit. I really need to draw another Pac-Man monster like right now. Like a Swarm of Scarabs would be ideal. Needle Sealing? Okay. Needle Sealing is not the worst. I was hoping for a Swarm of Scarabs, Golem Sentry, something like that, but, can't always be too picky. And, if the opponent, summons out another monster, we draw another monster, Needle Sealing's online. Mind Control's not... We're at 2,700, but it's really not the end of the world. I guess I could flip it up and just kill it with Tribe. That's not the end of the world either. Like, Stealth Bird's not, end-all be-all here. Oh, yeah, they ditched a BLS to do it? Okay. Fine with me. Book of Moon. Okay. This might be a this might be a sad third game ending. Oh, boy. Yeah, we lose the Swords here. All right. Come on, deck. All right, Mirror Force. Great. Fantastic. Pass the turn. What else you got, opponent? Jar of Greed? Sure. Summon another monster and attack. Tribute for No, not Mobius. No. 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 That's not what you're supposed to do. Oh, man. Okay. We lose our Mirror Force, too. Oh, at least we're not dead this turn, but that was... Lord, this game's been a beating. Meta? Oh, we are just dead. Alright, sure. Yeah, go into Senshi. Sure, I'll take one die for 100, please, Alex. Alright, we're out of here. That's our first loss. We're 11-1. Which can't be too upset about. We lost not that much. We lost 5 elo from that. Okay. We got a 294. Sorry for the misplays on that again. I know I don't have to keep apologizing for it. Like, you all, especially in like the series like this, I don't think you all really care too much. But I do want to play as best that I can, but it is, I don't talk about this a whole lot. It is very distracting just recording the video, because like I do have to be a little bit more, up, I guess. Put on a little bit of a show, make it a little bit more entertaining. So sometimes like you're not as, laser focused in, just like, yeah, they're just not quite as focused. You've got some distractions going on. I'm sitting over here reading questions too, which I'm having, like I said, I'm having tons of fun with. But yeah, to make up for that one, we're gonna get one more, and hopefully tighten up, play a little better, and we'll end the video with that. All right, and here we are with our last match. Yeah, good luck plus to you. Paper Gang. I feel like we've won a lot of rock, paper, scissors in this with Paper Gang. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, Francesco 1991. Let's see if we can end this on a high note here. All right, I don't hate this hand. Pretty good. I think it's another sort of heavy storm be damned. Like, we don't have to play super out into it, but I'm just gonna play the wave motion cannon. I guess I don't have to play level limit, right? Will you get blown out by breaker? Yeah, I'll play the level limit. Screw it. We'll set Golem Sentry. We'll pass the turn. I know Golem Sentry has a big butt, so like we don't have to play level limit, but in case it's like Warriors or something, there's a chance we could, you know, Blade Knight, set a bunch of back row, attack in over the Golem Sentry. I think it's just safer to play out the level limit. If the opponent has the Heavy Storm, the opponent has the Heavy Storm. It's fine. You're going to see a lot of this go on in this series for sure, where it's just kind of like, we're going to play. Yeah, we got by the Heavy Storm. That's going to happen. I still think the line was totally fine. And like the opponent doesn't really even punish us here. So this is pretty nice. Yeah. I also like, I don't know. There are a lot of times like your opponent just doesn't want a Heavy Storm like that, just off the rip. Because like you pick up a +1 with it, but like what are you really doing with the Heavy Storm? So I don't know. We played into it. We got punished a little bit, but not really a whole lot. So I'm totally fine. And now like we can just start playing all of our cards out because like we can bounce moths and stuff back to hand. We can Medusa Worm them. We got Call of the Haunted as well. I think, you know, even with the Heavy Storm around, I think we're in a fine position here. Raigeki break, sure. In the main phase, discarding Serpent, okay. Could have done that in the... We are in the main phase. The opponent definitely clicked into main phase. Uh-huh. Sure, whatever. Get your Sinister Serpent back. I'm not going to argue it. I don't need to Call the Haunted this back. I've got a Medusa Worm chilling here. Ooh, Sangan? I do like me a Sangan. Yeah, let's just go ahead and summon that out first. Okay. Opponent not communicating. That's fine. Medusa Worm this face down monster. Man-Eater bug it. Get it on out of here. It's a Sangan. Okay. So I should have knocked. Whatever. I'm just going to save the knocks. I think that's fine. Yeah, the opponent gets a Moth. Cool. Whatever will we do about him? Okay. Sure. Grab the DD Warrior Lady. That's fine. Whatever. What are we... I'm going to check the log just to make sure. Return addition to the face at the top of the deck. Shuffle. Reveal DD Warrior Lady from hand. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Whatever. Take your cards. Opponent has DD Warrior Lady in hand. Got it. Noted. Alright, let's attack with the boys. We'll set our little rock boy here, which... why is this thing not an insect? But I guess everything from the Lost Millennium was a rock, right? But we'll pass the turn. If the opponent has an answer for our Medusa Worm, we've got to Call the Haunted for either Golem Sentry Worm. I guess we don't now. Sure. DD Warrior Lady's pretty good here. Yeah, I guess I could have been setting the Nox too. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I'm just making every single mistake possible. I've also been very lenient with the opponent as well. But, I mean, we're just dead now. We have nothing. I guess like a Golem Sentry is still a good draw here, right? Gravity Bind? Gravity Bind could be okay. But All right, here's our video to get obliterated. And that's just how it's going to be, I guess. That's okay. Maybe, maybe the next one will be a little bit better. But, I mean, we're still not out of it. This is just game one. And the opponents made some questionable plays and stuff, so I don't think we're out of this by any means. So let's set Nightmare Wheel. I'm actually going to use that on Sangan, I think, rather than using it on this monster. Because I think there's a likelihood that Gravity Bind could be really good, but we kind of have to neutralize the threat of Sangan first. Or the Gravity Bind definitely won't be as good as it could be. I could have Call of the Haunted, I guess, earlier. Just to help play around MST, because once I get the thing flipped down, like, it wouldn't have mattered, obviously. The opponent had the MST flipped, but there's a chance of that. Though I don't really think that that was 100% the thing to do. Are we attacking with that Sangan? If we're not, I'm not going to Nightmare Will it. I'm going to make you click attack, opponent. Because you don't have to attack with it. Okay. They are indeed attacking. And I'm going to Nightmare Will the Sangan. Golem Sentry. Beautiful. There we go. Alright, we'll deal 500 to the opponent. And we will set the Golem Sentry, and we will pass a turn. So we've got a 7-turn clock on Nightmare Wheel. We got Golem Sentry going, which, you know, the opponent's already got 2 face-down monsters, so who knows how good that's actually going to be. But we'll see. We're all right here. Maybe Gravity Bind can carry. Opponent draws a card, summons out Tribe. That's fine. Are we activating to kill the Sangan? We are. Okay. We'll lose the Nightmare Wheel, but that's fine. Yeah, Sangan gets its effect. We've got Gravity Bind here to stop the attack from the Tribe, though. Yeah, the opponent can't set them off this turn, so we can do a little bit of like tempoing here. Sure, I'll flip up Gravity Bind on this attack. MST is gone, so we know the opponent can't have that as a response. Swarm is a very good draw. Okay. Let's flip up Golem Sentry. I'm going to send this new one back, I guess. Or newest. This is not really new. It's been there for a full turn cycle. We'll set the Golem Sentry, set our Swarm of Scarabs, and we'll pass a turn. Hopefully we can get there. Need a little bit of cooperation from the opponent here, but Heavy Storm and MST are gone, so there's a good chance this Gravity Bind holds. But I guess, like... Sure. I'm not gonna shark the opponent over it. I'm just gonna let it go. Gravekeeper Spy is none of my concern. Like, the opponent could summon out a low-level monster and attack into Golem Sentry and pop it with Tribe, but then we've got Swarm of Scarabs to follow up. And that means they're not setting them off, so then I'm clear to just Swarm of Scarabs to Tribe, because I don't have to Swarm of Scarabs to face down Moth. But we'll see what happens here. Maybe the opponent will just activate Tribe and get rid of the spellcasters. Who knows? Oh, duo? Oh, Raigeki Break? Okay. Sure. Probably going after Golem Sentry if I had to guess. Sure. That's fine. Not concerned about that. The neat part is our opponent got the Sinister Serpent out of the hand. So now, our Delinquent Duo... looking pretty juicy. Let's get these cards out of our opponent's hand here. Yeah, BLS, get out of here. Spy, get out of here. Very nice. So now we can just flip up Swarm of Scarabs. We'll destroy this face down Moth. And then hopefully next turn we'll be able to go after the tribe. Heavy Storm and MST both gone for the opponent, and double Raigeki break. Okay. All right. We've got a shot here. Let's reset the swarm and pass. Yep, get your Serpent back, no big deal. If the opponent sets a monster, we do have to... Oh, right, yeah, they can just summon the Serpent and attack and then kill the Swarm. Oh, that's fine. I mean, I still had to go after the Moth last turn. I don't think I was... Oh, they do have Blade Knight. Remember when I was talking about Blade Knight? There it is. Ooh. That's a spicy one. I think I want to do that, right? Heavy Storm, BLS are both gone. And MST and double Raigeki break. Yeah, I think that's going to benefit me more than the opponent. One wave motion cannon's gone. I still have my stealth birds. I have all of my Lakutas. Opponent's already seen their duo. That's a tough choice. I think I am going to set it. Yeah. We'll spin the wheel here on the morphing jar. I think I can get one more question here. B. Porter M. Who are your favorite basketball players in this era and tennis players? I think I already named all of the tennis players. So we won't we won't talk about those anymore. But basketball players, whoever's on the Lakers. I don't keep up with like basketball super heavily. I almost exclusively watch the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. But I like I love good role players like Alex Caruso, players like that. I've always gravitated toward. A nice little ceasefire here with a wave motion cannon, solemn judgment. Okay. And just like in tennis, I like hustle players, stuff like that. I also like flashy players. I'm a big fan of Jackson Hayes from the Lakers. Big fan of Anthony Davis, of course. Players like that, please set them off. Please set them off and die to ceasefire. Yes. Okay. MST is gone. Sure, Pitch Thunder Dragon. Cool. And I'm excited to see players like Victor Wembanyama come up. I like Luka Doncic a lot as well, stuff like that. So that's kind of where I am on the old sports ball. I'm a pretty casual fan. I used to be like super into sports. We went pretty deep, but not anymore. Let's play out this wave motion cannon. Set ceasefire. Set solemn judgment. Set Book of Moon. And yeah, we will pass the turn and hopefully win the game here. Please do not kill this ceasefire. Yes. All right, let's go. I guess I do activate the ceasefire before the opponent gets to flip them off. Solemn judgment. Yeah, well, I'll judgment back. Got him. Okay. Lord, what a weird episode this is gonna be. Like last time we got 6 matches. And this time we're gonna get like 2.5, and one of them I just misplayed the entire time. It's okay. What do I cut against Turbo? These? Yeah, that's what we do against Turbo. And run it. Okay. If any of you want to yell at me for being lenient about my opponent's choices as far as like the Sangan and the Sinister Serpent, I'm not gonna. This whole series is not about hyper competitiveness. I come from Magic the Gathering, where if you make a decision and nothing happens, like, and it's only been like a few seconds, you're like say you pick something up from Sangan, you're like, actually I want to take this card, and literally nothing has happened. That's totally legal. And it's just kind of operating on that here. I'm just going to be fair about things. I'm going to be lenient. I'm just here having some fun. So, this hand's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lead on knocking my opponent's monster. Get that on out of here. Knight Assailant, okay. So you got a Knight Assailant in your hand, opponent. I see. Or they could just be playing one. Yeah, and then we'll just set everything here. And pass the turn. Dueling Book is a little bit laggy today, so I don't think it's just my opponent. Yeah, Pot of Greed's fine. Draw your cards. So we've got 2 Thunder Dragons, potentially a Knight Assailant over there. But we know of 2 Thunder Dragons for sure. A set Monster Cardo. Okay. Sounds good to me. I got a Swarm of Scarabs to say about that. Let me scoot up here a little bit. Just like sit back in my chair. Swords. Raigeki Break. Okay. Jinzo? Oh boy. I really want to Solemn Judgment this, but I don't think I'm supposed to. I assume, yeah, we discarded Jinzo, so yeah, I imagine they have like Call the Haunted or something over there, so I really need to save the Solemn Judgment for whatever they get Jinzo back with. And go ahead and swords here, flip up this monster. Knight Assailant, called it. Called it. Nah, it's not really that hard to do math and say your opponent may have a Knight Assailant in hand. I'm over here like, oh, look at me, I called a Knight Assailant. Oh boy, the lag is real tonight. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Glad I played the swords. Now we get to keep this Swarm of Scarabs around. If the opponent flips Call the Haunted, we got a good Solemn Judgment for that. Same with the Prima. They Prima'd Sangan last game, which is pretty interesting. Don't see a lot of Primas in Turbo, but you know, it's not totally out of the question, that's for sure. Alright, just a back row. Put a counter on this swords here. Please don't have another Raigeki Break. Oh, a Nightmare Wheel? That's pretty good. I'm just going to flip up Swarm of Scarabs. We'll deal with this Knight Assailant. It does put a dark on our opponent's graveyard, but like we got to clear it at some point anyway, right? And yeah, I'm going to be stubborn about attacking again. I'm just going to flip it down, set Nightmare Wheel, and pass the turn. If the opponent summons a BLS, we kind of have to Solemn it. Card destruction, that's fine. Yep, we only got 1 Thunder Dragon in hand now, so it's not like... Oh, there were 2? Never mind. Right, of course they still had 2. Oh, yeah. Double Thunder Dragon Snatch, still not doing a whole lot here. Pretty good card destruction. Okay. No monster, which, I mean, makes a whole lot of sense. Ooh, a Stealth Bird? Okay. Now, man. If I summon Stealth Bird and they have Torrential, I just don't want to use the Solemn Judgment on that. Alright, let's flip up Swarm. I'm going to attack with it. Because I do have ways to deal with face-down monsters. Yeah, pull out a Torrential. I thought there may be one of those or a Mirror Force or something back there. So now we get to set the Stealth Bird. I'm not going to summon it in attack because I do still want to put the fear in my opponent at least a little bit. That this could be a follow-up Swarm or a Golem Sentry or something. And the extra 700 I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. I kind of just want to sit here and flip this up and not attack it into a Mirror Force anyway. Alright, we lose our swords, that's fine. Mind Control, okay. So now if our opponent sets a monster because they know this is a Stealth Bird, they are not safe. Alright, so let's flip up the bird. Deal 1,000 points of damage. Opponent goes to 7,000. We'll reset the bird. And Duo's not gone. If the opponent duos our Mind Control, we don't really care, right? Yeah, let's just pass. I'm not going to set it here and clog up. Because, like, I'm not guaranteed to be able to use this. Like, clearly the opponent hasn't been setting because I have a Swarm of Scarabs down. But, like, there's a chance that they just didn't have anything as well. Ring is pretty nice, so we're getting closer to some burnout here. Because we got Ceasefire, Nightmare Wheel. We got the Stealth Bird going. Alright, let's reset the Stealth Bird. I'm going to go ahead and Mind Control. Because I don't think it's a Sangan or a Serpent. I think the opponent was holding because we had Swarm of Scarabs. So let's see what this is. Give unto me one monster, please. Por favor. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm go to 3,000. I'm not going to solemn back. I've got a juicy little Ceasefire sitting here. So what could this be? It could be a Moth. The opponent could get back Pot of Greed. That's fine. Like, I'm just looking at killing the opponent now, right? I have Nightmare Wheel too. Yeah. Let's just set this ring. And I'm going to pass the turn. And I'll go ahead and Nightmare Wheel this. Now the opponent can't flip it up. The opponent did a nice 3,000 chunk of damage to themselves for me. Call of the Haunted. What are we... Oh, that's for Jinzo? No? No, I don't think I'm going to allow that. And yeah, you don't get to flip that Raigeki Break either in response. We know about Raigeki Break now, though. That's nice. Breaker? No. That comes down, we ring it. Opponent goes to 1,400. They put another monster on the board, they're dead. They are dead-zo. This is interesting, though. They discard, and what are they targeting? The Stealth Bird? I just let this go, right? The opponent's at 1,400. Yeah, we just let this go. I'm not going to Ceasefire here. I think there's a good chance, like, the opponent just has to put another monster. Oh, damn it. Shit. I didn't play around the Prima. I probably should have thought about that. I can put him to 100. I know... Target. I know it has to be Jinzo, right? I forgot all about the Prima. I know I mentioned it earlier. Like, I didn't know the opponent had it, but I could have played around it, I guess. I could have just flipped Ceasefire there and then, like, I don't know, with the Nightmare Wheel. But I was thinking, like, the opponent could just get rid of the Nightmare Wheel or whatever, and then maybe I can Ceasefire down the line for lethal. So I had a thought process behind it. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm just not going to do this. But... see if the opponent does actually target the Jinzo. If they do... I don't really have an answer for that, do I? Oh. My dueling book went down. Okay, well... let's restart here then. Alright, we are back. What are we... let me see if my... yeah, they target the Jinzo. I'm going to Ceasefire. In response to Prima. It is a Moth. Okay. Alright, so the opponent goes to 100. Oh, the Jinzo actually kills me. Oh, no. So if I would have... damn. So the opponent was at 1,400? Yeah, so if I had... if I had Ceasefired in response to the Prima, or in response to the Raigeki Break, we would have won that game. I just didn't think about the Prima. Okay. Well, now we've got Jinzo to contend with. But, like, the opponent's not playing Decree, so I don't know really... like, I don't think I want Double Snare. I think I could just bring in Tribe. Yeah... okay. I'm just gonna cut this other Gravity Bind then. I guess I could bring back in Book of Moon if that's the case, but like I just don't like Book of Moon in the matchup. Yeah, level limit's good against Jinzo. Yeah, let's just run it like this. It's fine. Yeah, I just didn't think about the Prima there, even though I talked about it earlier. I'm just so used to not seeing it from Turbo, but you know, it's all right. We'll bounce back. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's set Lakuta. I'm going to play Swords. I'm going to play Wave Motion Cannon. I kind of want to play both of these, but I'm not going to. I won't play, like, super into Heavy Storm here. Because, like, the opponent has shown that they are just going to run it out on turn 1 if they've got it for a +1. Yep. Thunder Dragon is fine. See if we can pick up this game 3. The late game in any card game has actually always been one of my biggest weaknesses. Can throw that out. Definitely could have thought a little bit more and figured out that, you know, Prima is a reason that I should have ceasefired there. I have to get to discard Jinzo again? Alright. Alright, we're good here. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. You got it. I'm just going to set my other Lakuta and... What's that Curse of Royal? Let's set Curse of Royal. Let's set Divine Wrath too. We'll pass the turn. Opponent's got DD Warrior Lady in their deck. Maybe... There's a... I don't know. Maybe we need the Divine Wrath down for some reason. If I have to pitch Knock, it's not really the end of the world. I'm going to be drawing 2 cards a turn here. We get this Wave Motion Cannon ticking up. I really want to protect my sword, so I definitely want to get the Curse of Royal down. Alright, draw another Lakuta. Based and good. We haven't had a lot of Lakuta stuff going on in this video. But we will flip up our Camel Boy now. And get ourselves a draw. Swarm of Scarabs is a good one. I guess we do have this knock. I think I'm going to attack with this one. Just try to get a little bit of damage in. And then, yeah, pull out a Mirror Force. It's not really that big of a deal. Now I can set... The opponent could be waiting to get their Jinzo back until this Swords is gone. I'm going to set Lakuta. I'll pass the turn. If our opponent has Call or a Prima for Jinzo, I guess, man. But Jinzo and Decree are definitely problems for Pac-Man. That is very true, and I think that's very known. That's not a surprise to anyone here. But we do have Curse of Royal to protect our swords, protect our Wave Motion Cannon, so maybe we can just get there. Yeah, don't have protection for Delinquent Duo, though. Pay your 1,000, please. Send these onto the graveyard. Duo's not the end of the world because we do have a Lakuta. I'm just worried about the Jinzo at this point. Yep, there's the call. Sangan, sure. Yeah, we're going to lose, for sure. I need a level limit. Even level limit doesn't do it here. Swarm. Man. Maybe the opponent doesn't attack. Well, I have to flip up Lakuta, right? I don't have to. But I probably should. Yeah, let's flip up Lakuta. Judgment's a turn late. Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack with the first Lakuta? I don't know. Set Swarm. Set Judgment, pass the turn. Not going to pop the Wave Motion Cannon here because I think that's just one of our ways we can win, but I mean, like, the opponent's just going to attack Sangan here, attack Jinzo here, and we're going to die, right? Maybe I was supposed to hold on to the Swarm of Scarabs until I get a level limit. I don't know. I don't know. This whole video is just scuffed, but you know, I've got to put it up. All of it has to go up. You all get to see. No, opponent. Whatever. Whatever. Maybe I was just. It doesn't matter because they have the spy now, but like I was way too lenient here. Someone's gonna yell at me for that, but again, whatever. I'm gonna be lenient in these matches. Mind control. Mind control doesn't do anything. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'll pass the turn. We're just gonna die here. Alright, a nice 1 and 2. I guess we could still draw level limit. We're not dead. Maybe we'll call the next video Dead Redemption. Yeah, we're not even dead to this. Opponent attacking around Gores. Alright, we're at 800. Level limit doesn't even do it now, right? Golem Sentry. Wait. I have an answer to Jinzo now. But it's too late. Because I would have to give up my Golem Sentry and then I can't set it to block the board and then we die. I mean, I'm going to do it. Maybe the opponent doesn't attack now. Get rid of your Jinzo, please. Yeah, I probably should have won this match. But yeah, we'll give back the tribe. We'll posture like we're actually like we actually have something now, but we definitely don't. There's zero reason for the Thunder Dragon. Why? Just attack with the Sangin. Now you lose to a gravity bind. What are you doing? What are you doing, opponent? All right. Sure. You sure did get him off. All right. GG's, opponent, I guess. Whatever. Here you go. Enjoy. So get down to 287. Not my finest hour. All right. We do still get to look at the graphic of shame here. So let me pop over to the screen where we get to see the graph. It still looks like there's only an upward trajectory. I guess the Pac-Man's just covering a little bit of the line there. But yeah, we did just stay the same. Like I said, we started out at 287. We're going to end up at 287. And that's just how it's going to be. But, you know, not all of these are going to be, 10 wins in a row. That's all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. We'll be back with the next one.